JIT-TV, just in time.
Sanbanan Babugela Makai, and a very warm welcome to JIT-TV News, where we bring you nothing but politics, business, sports, and entertainment all in one experience. Let's quickly take a look at your headlines for today. Jacob Zuma slams the IMF over Zimbabwe ban on credit. BCC approves 180 building plans. Sri Lanka win World Cup qualifier. Now, Botswana's Minister of Defense and Security, Thomas Kagiso Musi, said this recently while addressing journalists, highlighting success against the mushrooming white-collar crime, armed robberies, cross-border livestock rustling, and drug trafficking across the region. Zimbabwe and Botswana have improved collaboration in combating transboundary crimes thanks to the able leadership of President Emmerson Mnangagwa and Mokgweetsi Masisi. Minister Musi also said that since Zimbabwe and Botswana achieved independence, the neighboring landlocked countries have been enjoying close cooperation in defense and security. Project ENACT seeks to analyze the scale of organized crimes across the entire African continent and its impact on security, governance, and development. Now, former South African President CDE Jacob Zuma yesterday took a swipe at the International Monetary Fund's 2001 stance to starve Zimbabwe of credit facilities, describing the move as unjust and uncalled for. CDE Zuma said Zimbabwe's leadership has instead equally responded to exhibiting unique qualities to internally solve its challenges and proffer tangible solutions to the continent. He made the remarks while addressing delegates at the inaugural Africa Voluntary Carbon Credits Market Forum in Victoria Falls yesterday. On September 24, 2001, Zimbabwe was declared ineligible to use the IMF's general resources and was removed from the list of countries eligible to use resources. CDE Zuma said Zimbabwe has shown solutions that are not only coordinated at the national level, but also at an African continental level that initiates international cooperation to help all countries move towards a low-carbon economy.
JIT-TV, just in time.
Building the brand. This is where you have to be to get where you want to be. Exploring companies and businesses that are thriving and leading is what we are all about. I am Mazimpofu, your host, that will be bringing to you big cooperatives and relevant people that will be sharing with you their journeys of successes, failures, and lessons learned in their businesses, from humble beginnings to global success. Catch me, Mazimpofu, on Building the Brand.
JIT-TV, just in time.
Let's quickly go to the African news now for today. Now, one man has been shot dead in Kenya following anti-government protests on Friday over a new finance law that has doubled the fuel tax and introduced a housing levy for employees. Police intervened to break up protest in the western city of Kisumu. One person died of gunshot wounds while two others are still admitted, said Alex Ochieng, administrator at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Teaching and Referral Hospital, adding that the facility was a man. Opposition leader Raila Odinga has called for protests to oppose tax increases that were imposed despite a court-ordered suspension, and came at a time when many people were already struggling with persistently high prices of basic commodities such as maize flour. Footage aired on the privately owned television channel KTN News showed motorists scrambling to turn around on a street within a port city of Mombasa that has become hazy with tear gas as protesters fled on foot. Let's move right along now to the international news for today. Now, India's Federal Crime Agency said Friday it has arrested 3 railway officials in connection with one of the country's deadliest train accidents, which killed more than 290 people last month. The arrested men have been charged with culpable homicide without murder and disruption of evidence. The Central Bureau of Investigation said in a statement it identified them as 2 signal engineers and 1 technician and said the investigation is still ongoing. The 2 passenger trains were carrying more than 2,290 people when the collision took place. Nearly 1,000 people were injured. After the accident, India's Railway Minister Ashwini said the cause of the crash was related to signaling system. Despite efforts to improve safety, several hundreds accidents happened every year, and most such crashes are blamed on human error or outdated signaling equipment. Now, the Gold Mafia documentary became televised on the Al Jazeera channel.
Nonsensical documentary, a racist propaganda tool.
They have a right to sell their gold anywhere. In fact, I encourage Mnangagwa bust the sanctions.
The government of Zimbabwe is incurring no risk, but it receives the tax.
Please wake up to the reality and the real scam that's taking place here.
Nothing but the best interesting stories and the hottest ones on the alternative view.
The revolution shall be televised.
Let's quickly get down now to the business side of news for today. Now, Bulawayo City Council has approved 180 building plans valued at just over $3 million since May this year, a 15.38% increase from the previous month. This was revealed by Director of Housing and Community Services, Dikta Kumalo, according to the latest council minutes. Council said its inspection department was following up on all illegal infrastructures, issuing final notices and charging penalties on defiant illegal developers. Council said it had identified 4 buildings that were condemned as dilapidated and unsightly in the central business district. Council said no new buildings would be occupied without an occupation certificate in terms of the model building bylaws. Now, the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe has commenced a dry run to test the feasibility of issuing a gold-backed digital currency, which is set to be used as a means of payment. A report has said the digital currency, which will be accepted as legal tender for peer-to-peer transactions, is part of the Reserve Bank of Zimbabwe's raft of measures which are aimed at stabilizing the local currency. According to Nelson Mabunga, the Director of Economic Research and Policy Implementation for the RBZ, the digital currency will act as an alternative for of the greenback and other foreign currencies. He further added that soon they will allow the gold-backed token to be used for transaction purposes, just like someone buys foreign currency from a parallel market. So the token is coming and will satisfy the same function.
Welcome to Zambezi River Lodge, Victoria Falls. Nestled on the banks of the mighty Zambezi River, right on the edge of the national park, Zambezi occupies the most unique and finest spot with the tranquility and seclusion every traveler seeks. Each of its well-appointed rooms is either garden or river facing, allowing you to soak in the serenity of the environment. The award-winning restaurant Amlonga offers delectable cuisine, which includes our famous high teas. To explore Victoria Falls from this fine location, book any of our packages now. Zambezi River Lodge. Relax, refresh, replenish.
Let's quickly take a look now at your JIT-TV News Weather Focus. And finally, on your sports news for today. Now, Sri Lanka won the duel between the two World Cup qualifier yesterday, thrashing the Netherlands by 1-8 runs in the final of the tournament at Harare Sports Club. The Dutch did well to strike the Sri Lankans for just 2-3-3 inside 48 overs after Dutch captain Scott Edward won the toss and put them into bed. However, the Dutch were never in the hunt after being reduced to 39-3. Man of the match, Dilshan Magushanka, taking 3 of the wickets as they collapsed to 105 all out in just over 23 overs. Sri Lanka coach Chris Silverwood was beaming after his side achieved all the targets set for them. And that is it from me to you. A huge thank you for joining me today. As always, kindly please comment and follow us to all our social media platforms at Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, or rather you can go to our website at www.JIT-TVzw. Signing out, it is Andile Gugule. Have yourselves a great day.
JIT-TV, just in time.
There are not so many places where mice excellence has been achieved. Meeting in Zimbabwe is the best business decision you will ever make. Our adherence to COVID-19 safety protocols is second to none, coupled with the warm and hospitable nature of the people of Zimbabwe. Our conference facilities sit on marvelous backdrops which will offer a splendid experience that will leave a lasting impression on you and your delegates. The magic of Zimbabwe can be felt in every breath, bite and beat. Stadiums and exhibition centers are known for their international appeal and world-class standards. The high-end technology will surely enhance your experience of the exhibition, festival or concert. Motivate your team by treating them to a trip of a lifetime through our crafted itineraries. Should they have love for adrenaline-packed activities or calm and relaxed excursions, the enchantment will last a lifetime of memories. Mingle and engage with locals and enjoy our diverse culture and warm hospitality. Our mice drivers are ready to welcome you to Zimbabwe and exceed your expectations.
The revolution shall be televised. JIT-TV, just in time.